Robot what? That was weird. Welcome to the Whimsical Wyvern's channel. Apparently, I'm facing the wrong way now. Okay, that's interesting. See how that works. Sarybot is here. Did you hear about the cow who jumped over the barbed wire fence? It was utter destruction. Oh my gosh. Usually they go between the barbed wire. You don't know much, Sarybot, but it was fun. Alright, let's see. Stream manager. Share link. Boom. I stream weeknights on Twitch. And I move my VODs to YouTube. Woo! Where's announcements? There we go. Done. Here I am. Oh, I'm going to eat something first. I did not get a chance for dinner today, but here I am. I am here. I am the tease. It's more like the farmer's arms torn up by the barbed wire while they saved the cow. That's how it usually goes. But what do I know? I'm kind of ready for this picture to be done. Well, hello, ma'am. Hello, Nameless. How are you? Yay! Okay. I was trying to give you 2 emotes because you sub every month. Yes! But the second one's really crappy. I'm going to work on it and fix it by the end of the week. But I started out thinking, oh, the eggs from my thing from my first, you know. But it... Yeah. Thank you. I think the flowers, it turned out weird. I'm gonna go back and redo that one. At first I thought the eggs looked weird as an emoji, but I thought it would be cool, and then I tried to do the happy I am okay. I'm glad, because I just was like, ugh, I really felt like it was cheap to only give you 1 new emote. I spent so many hours on that, but I can do emotes all by myself now. Woohoo! I'm glad you're happy. I'm so happy. I worked so hard. You have no idea how meaningful that is to me. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. It's probably pretty pathetic how hard I worked on it, but I did. And I had help for the first one quite a bit, and then I had... That one wouldn't load, and then I got... The fancier one, nah, even with 1 new emote, I would have minded. That's so sweet of you to go your way to do that. Yeah, I like, you subscribe. You pay for this experience. I gotta give you something. No, I'm really grateful, and I wanted to show that. So, the first one that I was going to put in there, I didn't realize I had to assign it at first. So, it was actually going to be the pinker one with the flower, the look at the time, but I assigned it wrong, and I didn't know how to reassign it, so it went from there. Yeah, heck, I would pay 10 times if I could. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Nah. I just feel like, you know, I don't give a whole lot different, so I wanted to do something. But you can have a third sub emote. I just haven't figured out what I'm doing for that yet. But now that I have a better idea, probably in the near future, I'll put something there and I'll figure it out. I had to learn. My learning curve is slow, but once I figure it out, I zoom through. So how have you been? No need for a third right now. Take your time. I've been okay. I actually probably am on a list right now because of the argument I just had with a store. But other than that, it's really awesome. They ticked me off so bad. And I know they've decided I'm some kind of Karen or something, but I don't care. I tried contacting them to tell them that they supposedly delivered 3 things to me today, but they only delivered 2. And there were pictures of the 2 that came, and there was no picture of the 3rd. And just please GPS the person. It's the country out here. And then I can go find where my box is, because I'd gone up and down the road. So I said, please just GPS them so I can go figure out where they put the package so I can go get it myself. I thought that was reasonable. They refused. Then they insisted it won't come out of my bank account at all. They have to reorder it. I said, but I could just have it right now. Just tell me the GPS. They wouldn't do it. I'll find them and make them pay for whatever they did. So then they insist that I reorder it and that it will only come out of the store credit that they were putting on there. I said, okay, fine. I don't want to do it that way. I'm very unhappy, but if that gets me my stuff and that's the only way to get it, so be it. I'll do it. Then they took the money out of my bank account instead. So I double paid for these items that I did not receive. And they still weren't willing to track down those items. And then I was really mad. And then I blew a gasket. And then they decided I was unreasonable. I'm like, you're going to mess up my mortgage, which they won't, thank goodness. I went back and checked. But I'm like, you're going to mess up my bills over something that you didn't deliver? You're going to charge me twice? That is not happening. They said, it's okay. You'll have store credit later. I said, but the money came out of my bank account now, and you're saying store credit, and I don't want to buy from you again because of the way this experience has gone. Oh, I was so mad. So mad. There are legitimate reasons to complain. I get so tired of, I just wanted them to GPS. That's all I wanted. Just GPS. How much? You don't want to know, Nameless. I was getting a bunch of dry grocery items to be supposedly cheaper than if I got them in the store. And now they cost me twice as much. It'll be made right because I will contact them again later when they have somebody else on shift and they'll make it right. They're a good company, but I am mad that all they had to do was GPS the person. I'd have gone out in my own car, gone to get my package. It wouldn't have even been a problem. No money, no nothing. Just let me go. So I know where I live. I know I'm in the middle of nowhere. I was good with that. That did not bother me one bit. I do want to know. I would like to know you PayPal too. In fact, nope, I don't have PayPal. Sorry, Charlie. Nope, 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 nope. We not going to do that. This company's going to make it right because I'm a stubborn you know what. I'm nice and sweet until you cost me money that did not need to be cost. Freak. Yes, I'm a freak. I'm a freak. You want to know why I don't have PayPal, Nameless? You're going to love this. This tells you how stubborn I am. I'll have Hedge make you a PayPal and get into it that way. When PayPal was brand new, and you don't need to look up how old it is. It's old enough. When PayPal was brand new, I had a PayPal account. And I bought something using PayPal. Hi, girl. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm glad you're fine, Tomas. I am too. All right, Tomas. When PayPal was brand new, I ordered something. At first, it went really smoothly. And then I ordered something, and the person took the money and didn't send the product. So I contacted PayPal, and they said, too bad, so sad. I'm like, wait. I have proof that they didn't send it. They said, that's your problem to resolve. And I sat there, and I'm going, so I threw that money away. You don't guarantee the money at all, which I know they do now. I do. They fixed a lot of that. But they didn't make it right. I canceled my PayPal and I haven't had one since. I'm a little stubborn, nameless. That's not PayPal's fault. Yes, it is. Yeah, okay, covering the money. Okay, insane. I just was like, don't give them the money because they didn't give me the product. I thought this would be very simple. Like with any other electronic money transaction, which were still common enough before PayPal existed. Nope. They said, no. Part of our deal is we always guarantee that the vendor gets the money. I said, that's going to encourage a lot of scammers. They get the money even if I prove they didn't provide a product. And like I said, they've become way more legit, but it ticked me off, so I've never got another PayPal since. I'm a little stubborn, nameless. When somebody ticks me off, I'm sorry. I have a strong sense of justice. It lasts decades. Well, let's become the biggest scammer on the planet. Oh. Insane. I wouldn't have cared. Just don't give the money to the vendor until it's resolved, right? That's all I wanted. I knew they were a new thing, but they're like, oh, no, we're proving that we're reliable. Yeah, to the vendor, but what about me? The vendor, in the end, because that was early eBay, which I also don't use, the vendor had done like something like several thousand $2 transactions that they had people paying them on PayPal, and they never provided any of the products, and they were getting away with it. Yeah, they weren't the only one. It was a bit of a scandal. Thank you, Tomas. You just looked it up, didn't you? Anyway. Point being, I understand they put different safeguards in place and the whole thing. It's just, when you leave a sour note in someone's mouth and you do nothing about it to make it right, no apologies, no nothing, and why would they even know I'm out here anymore? But at the time, they're just like, too bad, so sad. They earned trust under, I think it was Elon's initially. And then when he sold it, the new people were just like, oh, well. And they let a lot of people get scammed. $29 or $1,000. Either one works. Besides, it wasn't that long ago. Let's see, PayPal was a big thing starting like right around 2000, I think. I don't know why I said my mom's age. I don't think your mom would be thrilled to know that you're sharing that, not only that, but that's her age. But, you know, that's not an unreasonable age to have an 18-year-old. It's pretty decent. Pretty respectable. Ladies just don't often like to advertise their age to complete strangers with no context. Whimsy's in her 20s, pretty sure about sure. I'm 29 again, man. And again and again and again. That's kind of a joke in the American South. I don't know how much it translates. Probably not at all, but that's okay. That's my stepfather joke too. Well, there you go. Men use it in France. That's a new one. Usually it's women here. It's just a nice way, without being mean, of saying, you know, basically, why are you asking? That's really not your business. You don't have a reason to know. Like, there might be reasons to know. If you have a reason, you're going to share it, or if you know somebody really well. But it's a weird thing to just share with a stranger just because. Younger people feel a little different about it now, though, I guess. So, I'm just a dinosaur. He keeps saying that he's 32 with X years of experience. Nameless, you're 26. I thought Nameless was 20, right? Never ask a woman's age. Hedge is an exception because she said she was my age. Yeah. I think spectrum-y girls feel differently about it because it's a very sciencey thing. The thing is, with the lady's age come details that just aren't the same with a guy, you know? And so I think it's just, that's why culturally it's a little weird to share without a reason. Now, I guess if they're playing the field, they should, you know, share. So as not to do something incriminating with somebody, but that's a whole other kind of thing too. That hurt? Ooh, sorry, Nameless. What makes you think I'm 26? He thinks you're wise. And he's enamored with your Frenchness. By the way, it's so funny. I had already planned to react to this old crack house on Thursday. So I think it's hilarious that Knight recommended it. It's perfect. What makes you think I'm 26? I'm not, though. You're not wise. I think Tomas looks up to you and thinks that you're wise. It's a contextual thing, Nameless. It's okay to get a compliment, you know. He's impressed by you. Okay, and Tomas, I just want to tell you something, how much I appreciate. I don't like compliments. Okay, I'll compliment Tomas instead. Tomas, I cannot believe you were the voice of reason with Kenny the other day. Thank you. Dang. Anyway. What, do you not believe me? Go look at the Discord. He was losing it. I don't know what was up with him. Gonna go to sleep. Hope everyone has a great day and take care. I hope you have a really good night's sleep, Nameless. Have a good day at work tomorrow, too. Oh, no, I believe you're just tired, lol. I don't even know what he was talking about. I don't know what was happening. It was a little strange, but he calmed down. You sleep well, Nameless. Bonne nuit. I have to listen to that one day. I keep meaning to go actually listen to some French. Well, I do listen to French, but I mean specifically to listen. That sounds weird. I give up. I will shut up now. So how you doing, Tomas? You said you're doing fine. I don't even know what he was talking about. Yeah, he went to something from several days ago and started telling me to, you know, how offended he was or something. And I was just like, I knew what he was talking about, but I thought I had been teasing a little bit. And then I immediately was like, okay, it's all good now. And because they were kind of upsetting Hedge quite a bit. And I just was trying to get him to calm down because they can't see her to see that, right? And I was also trying to make her laugh. And I got her to laugh. And that was that. And I told him, okay, we good. And that was that. I never dreamed that he'd come back several days later very upset. It was odd. It's okay, pat, pat, pat. Well, I know it's okay. I don't like to upset you guys though, and I don't want to give a misunderstanding, but I don't tell you guys what to say. I like that I like that my Discord is a place where people can kind of say anything and vent and get it off their chest and have a blast and share something they might not otherwise share and then go from there. I think that's positive, and I don't want that to go away. I don't want it to become a place where people are offended all the time, but I also don't want to knowingly hurt someone's feelings. But it's a Discord, for pity's sake. You can't tell me that Kenny never spent time in like a COD lobby or something. He's got tougher skin than that. So it was just a little odd. I was a little more worried about him than anything, actually. Which I shouldn't be, but I was, okay? I don't want to be the cause of doing something. I mean, if I do it and I stand by it and y'all are upset, oh well, I live with that. But I don't intentionally go out to hurt people, ever. Kenny is something, yeah. Oh, I think he's going through some stuff. He'll figure it out. The truth is, everybody's going through something sometimes, Tomas. There's no way around it. It is the human condition. Sorry. No matter how good or how bad stuff is going, there's always going to be something going on. That's life. Toot toot. Yep, orange. I know, right? I'm I'm trying to, because I only had like 3 cars left, so I just thought I'd see if I can't just finish this thing up, maybe. There can't be much. That's what I'm telling myself. There can't be that much left. So I'll tell you something funny, Tomas. For whatever reason, for my kids, sharing my age became a thing at one point for them. One of their little autistic things. And at first I'm like, well, that's kind of weird, but you know, strangers don't necessarily care. But it got to where they started going through and they're like, this is her age, this is her birthday, this is her this is her that. And I'm like, why? That's exactly it. So for ages, I wouldn't let them know how old I was until they dropped it. It sounds like everything you know, you share. And that becomes, you know, like you can't explain to little kids about identity theft and stuff, right? Like you don't go into a place where you don't even know people and start sharing that kind of information. So for quite a while, that's when I started telling everybody I was 29 all the time. So that's the only thing my kids could tell people, and it wasn't super useful. Is that evil or what? I think I did that with my grandma. Yeah, I don't, like, it's okay to a degree, but when it becomes a thing, like a compulsion thing, I had to do some kind of self-defense, that's all. Like, strangers in the store would be like, they didn't know how to respond. It's like, it's okay. It's just something they do. Ignore it. It's good. But it was just information they had, you know? Why not share any and all information you have? There's no way to explain that could be a problem and still say that it's not bad information, and it wasn't bad information. So that gets complicated with very analytically minded young people. Alrighty. There's not much of this color left. It almost has to be, yeah. All right. Wow. All right, I'm going to go back and pick up the 3. I pointed out AA and NA people in store without knowing that it's anonymous. Oh my gosh, Tomas. Okay, you win. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what? You just cheered me up so much. It's innocent. It's not like you did it with malice. Yeah. I too have accidentally pointed out people I shouldn't in public, but you got me beat. when you're someone who naturally sees patterns, sometimes you notice things that you ought not notice. All right, let's see. Yeah. You know what? It's really cool that your mom was so committed to getting better for you that she was in those meetings. That's the awesome part. Hopefully they weren't too upset. I think it's sweet. There is no perfect parent out there. None. We all mess up. We all do stuff that's wrong. But what's important is, are we trying to do better? Are we trying to do our best for our kids? And do we try to do each day better than we did the last day? Sounds like you got family that wants to do good by you, Tomas. That's a beautiful thing. Some roads are just rougher than others. So true. Yeah. Very true. It's always funny because each generation, you know what, knows they're going to do it better than their parents. And a lot of times they succeed in not making the same mistakes of their parents. But you know what? They make new ones. You can't, we're human. We're not perfect. We cannot do everything just right. We just have to do our best. Do our best. In my opinion, do it prayerfully. And do it with love. And then you just hope God takes care of all your mistakes and makes it right. All right. I think I'm mostly... There shouldn't be much of this color left. Yep, I just finished it. And then there'll be one car left. I'm gonna go work on the cat girl next, though. I need a break from this. I need a break. I get what you're putting up. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't have to be religious. I just think, you know, if you're not gonna be perfect, it helps to think somebody's out there that wants to make your mistakes right. I personally believe, but I don't know how I'd get up and look myself in the mirror in the morning if I wasn't a believer. Kids do not come with instruction manuals. I'm not sure how I feel about this color combo, but maybe when I back up, it'll improve. Now, did you ever tell not to go in the woods? Nope. I just made sure they knew how to be in the woods. And after my woodcraft lessons, they didn't ever desire to just run in there randomly on their own as children. But if they had, they would have known how to navigate, how to track, how to tell the difference between people versus animal pathways. I took that very seriously. But one of them, I won't say which one, was a wanderer, which was also a huge problem. So I made sure all of the local police knew that one, just in case, till they were old enough to be verbal. And that scared the crap out of me. Not eating the tree bark, it depends on which tree bark. Some of it's okay. Some of it just tastes better. If it's like, I would show them which ones they could eat, and I would have them eat a leaf or something right there in the woods. I doubt they remember, but when they were little, I made sure they knew, if you're gonna eat one, you can eat this leaf, you can't eat that one, this one will make you sick. These pretty berries are a bad idea. They'll kill you. Apparently the whole, I don't know how the whole thing, it's a little annoying. There we go. Extreme. Yes, that was extreme. My parents taught me. Never crossed my mind people wouldn't teach their kids how to track. Or swim. There's just some basic survival things it doesn't hurt to know. I love that you think that's extreme. How do you think people learn those things if they don't get taught? Like, if something gets my chickens, I take my kids out and have them track with me to see what did it, how it is, and where it is. Well, I usually take Atlas now because the girls don't like to accidentally find the bodies. And he's better with that, but they all can. I've always been scared of the woods. That is why. Oh. Really? Nobody took you out and got you comfortable with them? That's sad. That said, I think you said you're in California. I mean, you guys do have your share of legit predators. Those cougars do not play around. And the deer out there are not friendly, sweet deer. They will attack. So, you know. But still, you should be able to be in a natural place and feel comfortable. But fear can be a healthy thing. I don't know your specific issues. But if you were one of my kids, I always take them and make them face their fears. I'd have had you out in those woods so fast. See, aren't you glad I'm not your mama? Mainly because I heard stories of kidnappers. That's legit in certain areas out west. I hate to say it. I want to tell you, oh, that's nothing. It's not. Boy, I just cannot stop undoing those threes. My gosh. Anyway, there's areas you don't want to be, and it's not about the woods, and that's fine. But at some point, you should go out and get to enjoy yourself some nature. It's nice. You got some beautiful places out there. I like Muir Woods myself. But that's more like in the middle of the state. And I don't like it all full of people, which it tends to be. Yeah. Yeah. I just overthink the danger. Probably, but also, here's the deal. It's totally legit, and I'll tell you why. And I'm not trying to, like, excuse it or enable it. But when you do not gauge social cues quickly or accurately, anything that puts you in a situation where that could involve your safety is going to be more concerning, and that's smart. When you're smaller and a kid, it just shows, you know, that overthinking is kind of protecting you. But as you get older and you're more fully man-sized and you can defend yourself better and stuff, you don't want that childhood concern to keep you from doing things you would really like. And I think you'll come into your own. But it's also concerning because, like, okay, once you become man-sized, what if you misjudge and you think you're in danger and you're not? And there can be legal repercussions for that. So I do think it's a lot harder for people on the spectrum to kind of learn some of those things. I don't think that means you can't learn them. It just means your pathway to learn them is a little different. So I don't think you should feel bad if that concerned you. It's because you're smart enough to say, I have an issue here. Just don't let that issue keep you from doing what you want long term. Kind of hard. Of course it's hard. Everything in life is hard. You have issues judging social cues. Somebody else might be really good at that, but maybe they have issues recognizing when there's something they should be worried about. Everybody has something. Everybody has an Achilles heel. You just gotta decide how it turns into your superpower, that's all. It will. You're not done yet, Tomas. You still got time to grow and learn. Or am I good? I'm good. I mean, I'm still a little mad at the person I spoke with on the phone earlier, but I'm good. I lose my temper quickly and I move on. I still think I was in the right, though. Should have just GPS'd them for Pete's sake. Would have been solved. I'd have gone and got my own package and it would have been done. Oh, I missed this little bitty piece up here. Oh my goodness. Interesting, yeah. I'm guilty of liking things being done right. But I'll give them 2 days to make it right. And then if they haven't made it right yet, I'll call and complain. I'll have plenty of record of it. It's not a big deal. Just usually their own system will fix it within 2 days. So I'm going to give it that much time. Apparently, the AI is smarter than the people now. We seem to have crossed a line. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. My version of right. It's absolutely my version of right. Here's the thing. If you ever have a package that they say they've delivered and they haven't, and there's no picture, no nothing, it's so simple to just call up and say, can you check the GPS? And they'll know really quick whether it actually came to your house or not, and they can respond and they can figure it out. And sometimes the driver can even go get it from the wrong house and bring it to your house. It doesn't have to be a big problem. You don't have to have yelling or screaming. Everybody's GPS now. It's for better or for worse. I never understand when companies are just like, And they won't even look. Then why are you doing that? Why do you have that thing? Why do you check? I don't know. It's for their protection too. You know, like if you deliver to the same house 15 times and they always say they never got the packaging, you've always got pictures and the person GPS is there, that's proof that person's probably stealing the packages and lying. As a company, wouldn't you want to know? It's an integrity check on both sides. And I think that's perfect. Because I got nothing to hide, probably, but. No, everyone is MapQuest. MapQuest, huh? Does MapQuest still exist? I haven't used it in so long. I remember when they first added the pictures. It was so amazing because it made traveling with these guys so much easier for a while. Because what I would do is I would print out every turn so they could see instead of having to ask me constantly. And we got a few more years of trips out before they weren't very good at travel for a while. I mean, I'm sure there's some version of it out there. I have to come back and pick those up. Oh, it's like I'm determined. What is my fax? I don't have a fax anymore. Are you kidding me? I use my phone. If I have to fax something, I have an app that I got that gave me 5 free faxes. I've used 2 of them. After that, you have to pay for the service. So if I get to the 4th one, I plan to get a different app. Because honestly, I think my phone should be able to just do it. Alright, let's see if we can finish most of this baby off, and then I'm going to have to figure out where my mistakes are, and that is daunting. I've clearly made some. Fax machines were so awesome when they were new. But I never really liked them. I don't even know what it is, but like a printer. Well, when people still primarily had landline telephones, you would send it through kind of like a pre-email. Email came out almost the same time as fax. And a lot of governmental programs will still require you to respond with a fax for something official. So like when my kids were on scholarships, I had to go for they were going to a school for autistic kids. And so they have a version of school choice in Florida. But I had to re-enroll them in it every year. And I would have to send one fax. And I've used friends and family for it, and I've also used my app. I think one time I went to a UPS store and I paid like $1.50 for them to do it. But it just doesn't come up much anymore. But definitely, if it does, it's probably something to do with government, because they are so slow to update what is a secure way to exchange information. All right. Yep. Yeah, it's frustrating. You're like, are you guys ever going to be able to do stuff with email? Uh-oh. This is a problem. Uh-oh. I'm going to look, but if I don't see obvious, I'm going to cheat on this one. This is 400 by 400. I am not. It looks like I'm missing a whole little like bush or tree maybe. That should be findable. Wait for the numbers. That shouldn't be small. Aha! Oh my gosh, right down here in the beginning. Ah, 11, 12, 10. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Yeah, that's from the very, very beginning. I must not have realized. Alright, that means there might be something else in here that I didn't finish that I thought I did. Alright, so where... Because I did this over like 2 different days. How many of these colors are done? All of these are done. They're all check marks. They're all check marks except for I'm seeing 2 12s, a 4, and a 2. Alright, that's probably just incorrect. I don't think it's more numbers that I just missed. I'll look up in here just in case. This area was persnickety too. Yeah, it's my decision. I'm probably gonna cheat. I think 400 by 400. I've put my time in. I think I've done all right. I'm not gonna feel guilty about that. I'm just seeing if there's another little spot that I missed, like at the beginning or end of a stream, not realizing. And here would be another really good place. like along here. Yeah. All right. Let's do it this way. I mean, it's kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I think of it, but it's something. All right. That turns weird. Where's the settings? I think I have to go all the way out. Settings. I don't even need 10. Apparently, I have last 10 or none. Alright, let's go see. Give me something to work with here. Haha, yep, it's right between. Okay. I did one batch on one stream, one batch on the other. Got it. I'm missing one number 4. Yeah. Alright, that should be it. This should be it. This should be it. There we go. Yeah, no, it's not that noticeable. That's why I just decided with the 400 by 400, I'm not playing around. The last 10 isn't a big deal. Hooray, I did it. That's kind of nice down like that. It's got to be super tiny. Yeah, I want to turn that off. Month ago. Yeah. But I only did a little bit every stream, and I only stream once a week, so. I've done it as much as twice in a week, but I think that's not too shabby. Alright. Let's make this little girl cute. She's begging to be cutified. You have to come back and get that. Now, I'm pretty pleased that the only places I had issues were areas that were transitions between multiple streams. I think that's pretty good on a 400 by 400. I feel good about that. By the way, Tomas, did you see what we have now? I keep my promises. Yes. Okay. I'll do better ones in the future, but I had to learn to make them, and I'm pretty happy that I learned as much as I did. I think the easiest way here is just going to be to make it all down to 4, and I'll come back and pick up the 9s. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Yep. I have now learned to make an emoji. I never expected to learn such a thing. Well, I mean, obviously I knew I'd have to learn when I started VTubing, but thank you. I don't know how well they're going to show up. I think they had to come out smaller than I wanted, but oh, Lisana. Hello, Lisana. They're all kitten pictures. I don't know, since the cats are always coming in and like talking during our streams, I thought that was kind of a fun way to start. I used them earlier. Okay. Yes, I remember. I just was making sure because I don't know. I don't want people to think I said I was going to take off and do them and not, then I didn't do them. That's all. I just sat in the family room with Hedge and Artie, and they walked me through it, and they had to help me a lot with the first one and help me some with the second one. But by the third one, I pretty much did it on my own, and they were just checking on me, and all the rest I did. I felt pretty good about that. Oh. All 5 of them. I did sub ones too, but I'm gonna redo one of them. Oh, so close. Of course. I'm missing pink somewhere. I'm missing pink. Where? Ah, and an armpit. Let's see. Let's give you an armpit, young lady. I turned that off. So who is this? That's Lasana. She's our queen. She loves to hate me. If we let her, she would always go around with big bows on her neck, like a little aristocrat, like the movie from Disney. Who this? I'm trying to see, is that the high one? That's Suna. All right, we have our pixel cat. That is Suna and Renren. And Katsuki's the one in the box. She hopped in our box of face mask things one day, and I just thought it was super cute. So I took a picture. I mean, because they were all litter mates, they grew up together. I thought you only had 3. No, we have 4. I didn't want any, but I ended up with all 4 from that litter. My friend tricked me. Oh, what a deal or a scam. Well, she told me how great of a barn cat their mom was and how they'd be awesome at living outside and they'd be super small. They shouldn't get more than 4 pounds because their mama is small. They live inside, they won't go outside, although they are excellent hunters and they're still very useful for pest control. They're not slackers. They've even taken on snakes that have gotten in the house. They just don't leave the house. And they're big. I was like to my friend, I'm like, you lied to me. She said cats never get to be more than like 4 pounds unless you get a super big breed. And our smallest one is 7.5 pounds. I'm like, you lied to me. You're my friend, you lied. And she's like, well, I didn't know. Their mom was small. I said, you knew. She giggled. Not a big convincing situation that she had no idea she could be wrong. Suna, yeah, we love them all. We love them all. They've earned their way in our home. They have completely earned their way in our home. Biggest thing we have to watch for is that they don't hunt something they shouldn't. So, I mean, there's stuff like lizards and, well, whatever. I mean, it's nice when they catch them, but if they eat them, that's always a problem because they throw them up. Bugs in general, it's nice that they help keep that under control. We don't really get a big bug problem in the house. But, yeah. They're not outside kitties. But you know what they do the best? Is they sit there and they take as many hugs as the kids need to give. And that is pretty valuable. I don't know what having 4 cats is like. Well, I think it's different because, like I said, they are litter mates, so they came together as a set. I'm not bringing in more. We're not getting more. We'll be very sad when any of them passes. They obviously are used to living together. They'll still, even though they're grown up, they'll go around the same bowl and eat, except now that Suna's gotten more middle-aged, she's an issue around the girls sometimes, so we can't let that happen unsupervised, that's for sure. He's mostly separated now, which makes me sad. But yeah, there's room enough in the house for all of them, and they do good. Yeah, he's fixed. It shouldn't be a problem. But he, for some reason, one day decided he wanted to be in charge, and Lasana is the queen, and she has always been the head one in their pecking order or whatever, and then the other girls tried to defend Lasana, and they literally tried to kill each other, and we've had issues ever since. But we've watched him. He's not aggressive overall. He just wants that top spot, and nobody's giving it to him. So maybe the doctor didn't do a thorough enough job when he got fixed. I don't know. But it shouldn't be a problem, but it is. It clearly is now. It wasn't. I'm not like some cat behavior person that knows, though. I don't understand. We give them toys, we give them different things, we try to give them, you know, I don't know. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. He's the only man, so he feels outnumbered. He'll go and he'll just stand by Atlas's legs and look up at him like, we're the boys together. But his human is Artie. He adores her. He loves her. He wants to always be with her. And she is not a boy. So. Alright. I'm going to pull back now and see, now that I have a bigger piece of this done, I've been finding it kind of neat. I wouldn't have started it. One of you wanted me to, but I go back and mess with this one every so often. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it was looking kind of quilty, but now it looks almost like cheetah or leopard spots or something. I think males of every species need other males. It's an issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely odd. Huh. All right. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot more of this one right now because it's... True eyes. I just don't want to go insane. Maybe I'll do that another day. Let's go get the 4. You already are because kids and cats. Wait, I already am what? True eyes? I know I'm tired. That's what you're saying. Insane. Yes, I am absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, it's not even funny. Alrighty. Yes, I'm flirting with insanity. You know, why not? Hi, Whimsical. Hi, Night. How are you? Yeah, I love that you recommended this old crack house. I already had it on a list for this week. I was trying to decide this week or next week. Was I going to do gardening stuff or like house kind of architecture stuff? And I was sort of collecting some videos to react to and trying not to really watch them, like just see stuff by those people and then pick some things. And then you recommend it, and I'm like, okay, that one wins. Good timing. He read my mind. Doing so. Ah, we got the new emojis. You found the emojis. Thank you. I said I'd have at least one. I don't josh you guys. I make sure if I say I'm going to do it, I do it. I'll do better, but I think for a first draft, that's not too shabby for learning. Emotes, yes. Finally, it took months. I'm sorry. I will learn everything. I just am not going to learn everything in one day. Thank you, Tomas, for what? I did not even think to look for them. Ah. Well, they're there now, hopefully. Pretty findable. I only realized they exist because you posted them. Then I am very grateful because I worked so hard. I also did 2 for the subs. but one of them's pretty horrible. I just felt bad to not have us, because when I first did them, I didn't realize that you couldn't change their how you assigned them, that you had to put them in the right spot to begin with. So the last one I made, I was pretty tired and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to replace this one. But I think for a start, not too terribly shabby, and it can only go up from here. That's what I think. Read the text, interesting. Well, I think that was the one that was, look at the time. And then the one says hi. I know that the text doesn't really show, but rather than just random lines, I thought it would be nice if they were actual words. And it's so hard to make the words show up on an emote, but I figured it gave purpose to the color around them, if that makes sense. I'm not sure it does, but that was my thinking. Gotta start somewhere, you know. Having names helps. Well, I gave the names, but yeah, I didn't expect to have to name them. So yeah, that's my past quitting time brain. But I got it done. Doo, doo, doo. That feels really good. And now I know how to do it. Gotta check the time. She broke it all on her own. That's hilarious. Hello. They're looking at emojis. Night bow to Lasana. Twitch will sometimes bug out and only say the name rather than put the emote in. Oh dear. Well, that'll be interesting. Since I went with long, ridiculous names. Hello, everyone. Yes, they're already gone. One of the felines broken. Saw I was the one streaming and left. It's so funny because they have people they prefer to stream with, which is hilarious. Wow, yeah, I don't get it. But like they'll come in sometimes on the weekend and we haven't streamed and they're like they set themselves up and they're showing us when is this happening? We're like, not right now. It's not happening right now. It's just not happening. Get over yourself. Oh, it didn't work. Smart cats, they are smart. They're ridiculously smart. Somebody forgot to tell them that they're not supposed to be so clever. And then they'll do something super dumb. Like the other day, one of them wanted something I was eating that was okay for this particular feline. And so I broke a little piece off and was like, here. Went to the bowl and waited. Went to the bowl and waited. So I went and I put it in the bowl because I always make them go to the bowl, and I'm like, okay, that's how I've trained them. That's fine. That's me that made them learn that. So I put it in the bowl. Then they come and gave me a pretty sit where I was waiting. And I'm like, you are too dumb for words. Very sweet, but very dumb. Picked the thing up, stuck its nose in its dish, and it was shocked. Where did that come from? Like, I only put it there, right in front of you. They're very clever, except for when they're not. They're very not. Humans are not in danger yet. I think it was actually Ren Ren that time, but yes. It might have been Lasana. She usually doesn't beg at all. She's really good. Ren Ren's the greedy one. She'll never have enough food. It doesn't matter. She's always hungry. And she's the skinny, skinny one. So she probably is really always hungry. I have stuff like that happen to me with pets. Yeah, my pets are the same. Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, you're like, wow, they're so smart. And you're like, ah. And they're so dumb. We were looking up weird animals over the weekend. I don't remember why. We found a whole little documentary on how, I guess, part of Argentina used to be part of Australia. I mean, I guess with Pangea that makes some sense, but I was like, huh, that's interesting. Oh, puka, something called a puka. It was so cute. But the documentary itself was super dumb. It was a real person that had like copied from AI or something. It was weird. So we didn't finish it. But it was neat, and I'll probably look up. I think that was the other direction. I'd say I like the idea of doing interesting fruit and veg. I like the idea of doing that's more like region specific. I like the idea of doing animals that are only in certain parts of the world because I think that can be really fun. And I like the idea of the architecture kind of fixing things up stuff. But okay, I also love the idea of the guy who I did watch the first 3-4 minutes of it, micro brewing his concoctions. It's something. I definitely will be reacting to that. But once I realized, yeah, this is good material, I didn't watch more. I just was trying to see what his content was. Which one, the New Zealand guy? I don't think he's New Zealand, but maybe he was. I put it in there as I was thinking of reacting to him, and you said he looked interesting. Lost said he didn't have a thought. Oh my gosh. Something's wrong. Oh. I just found Gore's thing. That's hilarious. All right, I'm looking for the stream reaction suggestions. Yeah, the Uwos Lab, barrel aging the worst drinks with ultrasonic infusion. I don't know where he's from. Like I said, I only watched like 3 minutes to see if it was a good option or not. You don't have to think it was a good option. I mean, that's okay. I thought it had potential. I like mythbustery kind of things where, okay, I'll just tell you the truth. That's how I did things with my kids when they were younger, and I still do. If I want to know, I just set up an experiment and I do it. It never crosses my mind not to. I was the mom who would be blowing things up with their kids in the park. Everybody got excited when I showed up. We were usually blowing something up. Safely. Like I didn't hurt anybody. I just realized how that sounded. Like volcanoes and stuff like that. Pipe bombs? No, no. I never blew up a pipe bomb in the park. Let's not attribute that to me, thank you. I'm probably on enough lists. Thank you very much. I don't need to add that. I think this is probably good. Because I think if I come over here next time and I go like that, will it match up? Maybe if I'll have to go down one to make it happen. Well, otherwise it's close. Let's see, how far over does it go? We'll just do a quick line and just see. Yeah, I'm not keen to do the pipe bomb thing. If that's what you're hoping for, that is not going to happen. That was probably a very important thing to add. Apparently. Well, Uwa's lab might not be the best thing then. He did start talking about making pipe bombs on stream at one point. I don't care if he's talked about it on stream. I mean, as long as he's not doing it in the videos and I'm reacting to a video. And I can click a... Oh, we're not going to watch this right now. I've done that. I just thought it looked fun. And something like Mythbusters, I'd have to find episodes and they're probably all copyrighted. So I thought it could be fun. And he seemed a tad irreverent. Not just how, but just being able to, I mean, yeah. I don't know that there's anything wrong with being able to do it. What's wrong is actually going out and doing it. Like to unwilling participants in a unwilling manner, if you will. don't know how else to put that. I'm trying very hard not to say words that get me in trouble on stream. You can find them on YouTube now, but you will probably get a strike. Well, I'm not worried about how to be able to make a pipe bomb. So I really feel okay there. It's not something I'm looking to review on stream. I didn't mean to go look at it. I was talking about Mythbusters. What did you look at, Tomas? Tomas, tell me you did not just search that. Okay. Anyway, I probably could. I can find pieces of them. I can find clips. I can find like Adam Savage still has a channel where he answers questions and talks about stuff. But it's not quite the same. Plus, I've seen all of the original ones, and it's not a new series anymore. And I'm very certain there'd be some copyright issues there for sure. I'm walking a fine line with my reaction. I'm trying to find a balance that doesn't get me banned, but have fun with you guys. And I'm not big to protect myself like Asmongold or PewDiePie or Cinnamon Toast Kin or somebody. Let's see. I'm nobody. Alright, that way when I come back in, I can go up this way. You can find Mythbusters on YouTube, but you will almost certainly get a copyright strike for showing them, possibly even just showing clips. Yeah. And I think it would be a strike, not a claim. I can deal with claims, but I don't want any strikes. Okay. So, it is done. Make your children step on every crack on the road to see. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we finished this one too. Mm-hmm. Well, the one was 400 by 400. I just did a little bit of it every time until it was done. But I don't want to start another big one right now. I got told to wait for winter on that one. I wasn't really planning to tackle the patterns, but people wanted me to. I haven't picked my next one yet. Milkshake? Is that here? I can do that really quick. That's only a 50 by 50. Yeah, I think the cheaty bit, I had to use that for the end of the 400 by 400. I turned it off, but it still showed up at the end of the cat one, so I'm gonna have to go in and deal with that real quick before I do another one probably, but so far it's cuter than the cupcake. The cupcake, I don't know. It didn't work for me. Alright, that's... Alright, let me go fix this really quick. I told that... Oh, I see what happened. I switched the music. I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry. It's like, that just didn't do what I expected. Alright, let's start here. Milkshake thought of suggesting what's my line, but I don't know if you would get a copyright check from them. I don't know. The comedy stuff hasn't... A bunch of the comedy stuff I did, even though I really like it, got restricted in viewership. So it's not copy struck in a traditional sense, but there are regions of the world where it won't play, and I get no views on those. So it's not a copy strike, but it's, I mean, I don't know what their thinking is with it, to be honest. This is kind of cute. Wow, I could see one of them having that. I could see one. I don't know that I see all of them having it. I'm gonna be really honest. I feel like for comedians, they need that viewership to stay active and people interested. It's kind of like music, you know? If you have people tossing around your music and they're all sharing it, it's more likely to get, you know, more paid views because you're in mind, if you will. But what do I know? I'm just some silly plebe. I think sometimes people don't think about, they're so busy looking at, they don't want to quote unquote lose money. They're not looking at new audience members would bring them money. I don't know. A lot. I don't think it would happen. Stuff like dentists or worm farmers. Well, I did the chiropractic guy. That was actually kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing him again. The one that did chiropractic, I don't know how to say that word, obviously, right now. But the chiropractic stuff on animals, that was kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more of him. But his music gets me in trouble, so I just have to not play the music part of his video. Just like I didn't expect, so like I was trying to be honoring the people that did the videos, so I was playing their credits, but I realized that that was where I was getting in trouble with a bunch of them because they play music that I'm not allowed, I don't have endemic music. So I was getting in trouble on their music part. So I can't show the credits with noise. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's a little weird, but we good. I worked at an ice cream shop once when I was in school. I loved that job. It was such a happy job. I could still make pretty darn good milkshakes. And floats. What did I do? Well, it was a little shop in a hotel. Because, you know, you might not have heard this, but there's some touristy action going on in the whole, you know, Florida land. And it's good money when you're going through college, you know. They'll even help pay for it a lot of times. So, or they would. I don't know what they do now. So basically, I ran an ice cream shop for a hotel. It was their shop. But I did the ordering, I did the prep, I did the cleanup, I opened it, I closed it. When I worked it, there were other people who also did it, but you know, it was a lot of fun. You had a big old pizza oven, and you'd have to get the hot dogs going on the hot dog roller thing a full hour before it opened, or there wouldn't be hot dogs that were cooked. You'd have to keep them switched out all day. But the shop wasn't to make money. The shop was to be a feature that made families happy that were staying there. And so it was just fun. You scream 70s. What? I don't know how that screams 70s. I bet you could still find hotels with ice cream shops throughout Florida, or little restaurants that only they have, that are there for their people, for like conventions and stuff like that. It's just good business. Happy families are more likely to come back again, you know? You want to make them happy. I remember one time a hurricane was coming through and they offered me a free room. I could stay in a really nice suite if I would just stay there instead of driving home. They were so worried for me driving home in this tropical storm, because I think we had over 100-mile-an-hour winds already. I've heard that, yeah. Ooh. And I was like, oh, heck no. And they're going, it's already too dangerous to drive. I was like, I'm driving home. As I was driving home, my car was literally whooshing, you know, as the wind would hit it. But I'm a Florida girl, so I knew how to get home. And I did, safely, before the curfews were final. And my friends were like, how could you not take them up on that offer? You're crazy. I said, no, you're crazy for staying. I said, they're giving you that for free. They're going to give you all your food for free. And you're going to be the only one there qualified to do that job 24/7 until the evacuation is over. And they're like, that's not that big a deal. I said, a bunch of people that aren't from Florida surviving a hurricane, freaking out. They can't go to the pools. They They can't go do these other things. I said, you could not pay me enough money in the world to be stuck there. And they're like, you're crazy. And then, like 2 days in, I got a call. How did you know? Like, it's human nature. There's no such thing as free lunch. What made you think they were gonna offer you that?
I think it was 8:20.
All right, thank you. I'm almost done. I'm making a milkshake for night. He's hungry for a milkshake that won't make him sick. Smart, yeah. I never regretted that. They got mega overtime. They got free food. They got a really nice hotel. And every one of them had completely hotel room for free. And every one of them had completely quit the hospitality industry within 6 months. I was like, I know my limits. I cannot do that. This is not happening. I would kill somebody. I'm a good sport, but you can see this one coming from a million miles away. Like, I don't even think I'd mind if it was like Florida families maybe, where the kids kind of knew what to expect and what was going on. But you're bringing in kids from up north. They've never lived through anything like this. This isn't normal for them. They think they're coming for Disney and the beach, and then they're here for a hurricane? Oh, heck no. I am not that good of a person. Smart, but they had to deal with everyone freaking out. Yes, they did. They totally did. And that's not an automatic bad thing. I didn't want to do it. To me, it was weird that they couldn't see that from a mile away. It's like, guys, the minute they started offering me something so unbelievably good, I knew. I was like, I'm out of here. Nothing's free. Whether I know the full extent or not, they will get their money out of me for this, and that there's a price to be paid for everything. Suddenly thinking of some of the stuff I have lived through. Sounds stressful. I mean, I would rather be in a hurricane than an earthquake. I hate earthquakes. They freak me out. Everybody in California was like, I'd rather be in an earthquake than a hurricane. You're good with what you're used to. Yeah. That's kind of cute. That was a good choice, Knight. A nice, quick little dessert. That's super cute. Totoro, Totoro. Hello, Totoro. I think the problem is that when people are visiting and they've saved for years to come and do this dream vacation in a subtropical state, and they're so excited and they're gonna go through the whole state and see everything. First of all, no, they're not. It's too big. And second of all, they can't control if a hurricane comes through, you know? Now, what about people who are in a tornado? I have been in tornadoes. They're scary, but you still have more time to address it because they're very noisy. You still have more time to address it than like with an earthquake. Earthquake, the floor just opens up and it's shaking back and forth, and it just, ugh. Like that skit where everyone is freaking out over the rain in California, but when an earthquake happens, they just look at each other and laugh. Yep. There are people will pay extra, like millions of dollars, to be on the San Andreas Fault. It's like a positive. That blew my brain. I'm like, okay. It's just a different way of looking at it. But with tornadoes, we don't get the like mile wide ones here, but we do get tornadoes. But you could hear them. I don't see how, but I don't understand it. But it's a thing. Like for me, we have up to 2 weeks notice that a hurricane is coming. And you know the whole season where they're likely to occur. We're always ready all year with some stuff for emergency like that. I like knowing how to protect myself. No way. I don't see how people would pay extra to live on the fault lines. They do. They do. They do. It's a thing. Like I said, I lived out there once as a child, and once, like for a few months. My dad had a job out there for like 6 months, and then once as an adult. And I came back to Florida. I'm a Florida girl, but it's beautiful. But it blew my mind. I'm like, oh, the more expensive homes must be the ones where they're further from the fault lines. Nope, they'll have on their advertise that they're on the fault line. It's just a thing. I think it's the whole, you get a front row seat, you know? But I don't know, because I would not pay more. So there you go. Sorry, I can't finish the third pixel art. My old overheating laptop gave up, and I'm now using an even older laptop, which can't access WPlace without freezing the browser. You're fine, Dwagon. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I had so much trouble getting it to load at all just to see Artie. And then it was even harder for Hedge. I don't even know how you're getting onto the site. Artie figured out how to get on briefly, and then it just starts to go crazy. We just try to look really fast at the right area. I think you're a hero for what you've done. Meep. Also, can't do any fan arts on this thing because even my simplest chibi arts have like over 40 layers. Oh my goodness. So no more art for me. Oh no. Well, you have new emojis. My simple, pathetic art, but it's something for you, Dwagon. It's a little something. I don't know why my avatar is determined to keep looking up. I've corrected it like 3 times today. I guess I'm looking up to heaven, even though I was looking down towards the screen. But it seems I can still watch streams at 360p resolution. It's good. Do you want to see what we've done? I'll show you. So we've done a milkshake. Group. And we've done I finished this finally. Artie's not going to like the strawberry milkshake. Maybe it's raspberry. She can have raspberries. She rather loves them. They just can't have been hanging out with strawberries. Let's see. Where was it? Here? Nope. And we finished this one. Yeah. I'm not gonna kill my kid. I got her this far. Woohoo! Pixel cat. Cute. Yes, this one is very cute. Anyway, I think that's a pretty good place for the evening. And then I'll start a new one next week. And my Wednesday game, I finished, so I'll do something tomorrow. This whole week has been a little crazy. I almost, if I'd been able to finish with that stupid store on time, I would have, I was going to do a reaction tonight and one on Thursday because I've got a bunch of videos I've found. How am I with platformers? I don't know. I mean, our computer is pretty suffering right now. I don't know how they would go. I'm not sure I've ever really sat to do platformers specifically, to be honest. I've always been more of a play my own thing against myself or in my house with somebody that's right in front of me. I'm not against the idea. I know Gore wanted me to do Peak. But there has to be enough people to make it worth it. Because I think it'd be weird to watch me playing something like Peak alone. Had you played a retro platformer Mega Man, you would love suffering. Oh yeah, I have played Mega Man in the past. I was actually thinking recently about Frogger. I liked playing it on an arcade machine. But, I don't know. I was thinking about that just last night. And I used to be mega awesome at Pac-Man back in the day when it was the Atari version. I don't know. Frogger is from Masochist. Maybe. Anyway, maybe little square thinks. I'll see. I just need to sleep. I'm so tired. I just got so mad at that store, and I'm still kind of mad, and it just took way much of my afternoon, and got the opposite of resolved. Puzzle game, though, you have a hit and miss with them. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that. But I might even just get out the next one of that cooking game. It's down to like 70 cents again or something. But whatever I do, it will be something, and I will be here. And then I'll do a reaction for sure on Thursday, and I'll do Minecraft for sure on Friday. I just think reaction 2 days in a row might be a bit much, because those streams take a bit out of me. They're so fun. But I have to really be navigating things. It's not hard. It's just different than the flow of doing a game. But I wouldn't trade them for the world. I love those streams now. I look forward to them every week. And I always hope people show up. And sometimes you do. Fair enough, yeah. But I could always switch up Minecraft, I guess, if... I don't know. That's hit or miss with you guys. You tend to love it or hate it. Depends on the day. Right, I am now snoozing my ads for the 3rd time. It will not let me do it again. So I probably need to wrap up, because I'm trying not to have you hit with another ad break. Frogger, okay, but see, Frogger, it's so fun on our arcade machine, Dwagon. Like with the glass and the little knobs and the whole thing. But I was never as into it on like a home game. But then somebody made it in Hermitcraft, and it is fun. And I look at that and I'm like, ugh. I do like Frogger, but it didn't make me tempted to play it, but then yesterday we were doing all that Nintendo stuff and I just started thinking about Frogger. I don't know. I don't even know if I could get my hands on it. So it's probably a non-issue. And yes, I can do more pixel art always, or more of the other game you sent me. That's always possible. I don't know. I'll do something. You shall be surprised and delighted when you show up. There will be something on the screen, and I will be there too. And that is that. I hope everybody has a really good evening. I hope everybody has a good evening, and I just could feel my brain is starting to go. Actually, I was gonna write proofed with the little kitties that say "so done," and then the girls warned me that I guess that's considered a slur somewhere, and I'm like, what? It's just tired, but I didn't want to get in trouble, so I said "so done." I think people who sit around trying to find slurs everywhere, you always find what you're looking for. That's all I'm going to say. Context, people. Two little kitties falling asleep over each other should not make people think of slurs. It should be nice and innocent and sweet and good. All right. Good night. Goodbye, Dwagon, Tomas, Knight, and all lurkers who are not there, of course. Hope everybody has a really good evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.